What's up everybody, my name is Brendan and this is BigBearB Creative. Welcome back to this week's how-to video, and today I want to talk about how you can fake the golden hour effect on any of your photos. Now basically to do this you're going to need two things, and that's going to be certain elements when you're taking the photo, and you're going to need certain things you can do when you're editing the photo. So for the how-to when you're editing, or when you're editing, do that next, but when you're taking the photo, there's going to be a couple things that you're going to look for. And that's going to be a lot of reflection of sunlight, because sunlight is what gives the golden hour its effect, but it's the diffusion of that sunlight that kind of makes photographers go crazy over it. So basically you're going to look for a lot of sunlight that is reflecting off of something, and that's going to give you that diffused light effect. And the next thing that you're going to need is an element or a subject that has a lot of color, because the main thing about the golden hour is that you want to have those golden rays, although they're not exactly golden. And if you have any questions over what the golden hour is or anything like that, go ahead and check down in the description box. I'm going to link a blog post that I released yesterday all about the golden hour and why it is that photographers go crazy about it. But yeah, so go ahead and check that out if you're interested a little bit more besides just how to fake it. But yeah, so like I said, you're really just going to need that reflection of sunlight. It's diffused sunlight, not just straight from the sun, because that's not going to give you the effect you're looking for. So you're going to need that reflection and something that's going to give you a lot of color. So to talk about the editing portion, we're going to jump on over to my computer and I'm going to show you how I edited a certain photo that has these elements that I talked about already. So let's jump on over there and get started with that. Alright, so now that we're over to my computer, I'm going to show you a little bit about how you could edit a photo that had those certain elements that we talked about before and turn it into a golden hour photograph, kind of being a fake photograph. So, the photograph that I took did not have the sun in there. That's just one of the things you're going to need to add. If you're using Luminar 3, great, that's what I'm using, and I'll link it down below if you're needing either a photo editing software or anything like that, and you're wanting to view this and you like it, go ahead and pick that up for yourself. This isn't sponsored, I'm not telling you to get it, it's just what I use because I don't like Adobe. But don't hate at me, the Adobe people. If you want to pay monthly, by all means pay monthly for it. This is a one-time purchase and it basically does the same thing. But yeah, so that's a whole other topic. So if you want to fake the golden hour effect, basically the two things you're going to need to definitely have is going to be the sun rays filter and the golden hour filter. Now, if you don't have these on yours, because I have a custom workspace, you can find it if you go over to add filters and it'll be under creative. You'll find golden hour and the sun rays. So you'll just click on those and it'll appear as these did on the bottom. So yeah, golden hour we're going to do second. The first one you really want to work on is the sun rays, because that's going to give a lot of the effect that we're going for, because golden hour, that's just going to basically tweak coloring. But we need to add a little extra to it to make it just look correct and right, since we are faking this. So you're just kind of going to go through and kind of get the look that you're wanting, basically. I'm actually going to get the sun in the place that I want it at. So let's go with like a -30. Because basically I just want to put it up in the top left-hand corner, because that's where the sun is coming from in my actual photograph. You can tell that based off of where the shine is coming on the water and based off of the highlights and shadows of the bird. So that's kind of just the area that I'm going to put it in. I'm going to want this to be fairly widespread. But one of the main functions with this filter, just so you can see the actual rays that you're getting, is you're going to want to set the warmth slider first. Just like I said, so you can kind of get the gist of what it is that you're actually getting, and the penetration slider. So these are just going to basically show you where it is that everything's going. And then from there you can mess with the other ones. Now if you're doing this like I am and you don't have your actual sun in the frame of the photograph, in your composition, you don't have to mess with the radius sliders for this, because that's not going to actually be shown. Okay, just want to make sure we're actually recording. I didn't see the record button. Yeah. Then let's go around here. That's looking about right. However, I'm going to want these to be a little bit, just the stretch of the rays to go a little bit further. So I'm just going to raise the length here. I think 90 does a pretty good job. And mount. I don't want that as high, but you can't really have it too low, otherwise you're not quite getting the effect that you need. So basically what I'm wanting to get is a break in the sun rays, just a little bit just over where those birds are. So let's go with -20. Let's try -25. If you double click on the numbers, it's going to set it back to its original state, so it's quicker to kind of get back to the original. A little fun fact for you. Or you could also just double click, it'll set it back, put in the number you want, and you have to click off of it, and then it'll go in. So is that about right? Yeah. And now, as you can see with the golden hour, it's just going to add that more of a golden coloring effect to the rest of the image. But as you could probably tell, there's a lot of green happening, and that's not one of the colors of golden hour, nor is it a color that you really want to bring out over the ocean. When people think of oceans, they think of blue water, although some are more of an aqua. I like aqua too. That's more the ones I go for, but these I want to have just be a little bit more blue. And I'm just going to mess with the lighting here. Can you hear my dog? I think she's sleeping. She's making some weird noises over there. I'm going to also take down the top a little bit as well. I like it -20 if it'll let me. No? Okay, I'll just put it in myself. Okay. Sharpening, I'm going to add a little bit there just as we're scrolling up to fix that green. I might as well do a little bit of these as well. I'm just going to pump the polarizing filter up all the way just so it clears the water up just a little bit. Basically, it's going to restore a little bit of reflection, or not restore reflection, it's going to cut out a little bit of reflection so the water will appear a little bit smoother. Don't need any of those, vignette we don't need. Structure, I'm actually going to take out a little bit of structure, and that's just because I want to smooth out that water a little bit, and with golden hour photographs things are a lot less contrasty, so just taking out a little bit of that I feel kind of helps give it an effect to me a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is mess with the hues, and I'm just going to move all these over so that they're red, orange, and yellow. There isn't any of the orange in the red, there isn't any of the yellow in the orange, and there isn't any green in the yellow. I'm also just going to move the green over to the green, and I'm going to have the aqua be a little bit more blue. As we could already tell, that's made a big difference in the coloring of the photograph. So if we hit the little eye droplet, not eye drop, but just the eye, it'll take it back to what it was without any of those edits, and as you can see, it's very much green. So just by doing those few little changes, it's brought things out to be a little bit more of the coloring that we want for this kind of photograph. So for these, I'm just going to bring these up just a little bit, around 20 each. Just because you don't want to mess with those too much, but we definitely do want to get rid of all the green. So I'm just going to take that down all the way, and then add a little bit aqua, and a little bit of the blue, because that's really the only other color we want in this photograph. Basically, the only colors that we're really wanting are reds, oranges, yellows, and blues. Aqua kind of goes in with the blues. But again, so if I hit that button, you can really tell the difference between what it was before, with all this green, and then what it is after, which is more of the red with just a little bit of the blue popping through. I'm going to add just a little bit of dehaze. It's just going to clean up a little bit of the fog, a little bit. And then I'm going to kick up the accent filter all the way, just because I like what it does with the photograph and how it kind of tweaks some of the colors. Because as you could tell there, when it finally loads, it brings out a really nice highlight of the blues. It is making the sunrise a little bit punchy for me. I might go back later and change those, just lower it down a little bit. Again, we're going to raise up the denoise all the way, even the boost, because again, I just want to smooth things out to try to get rid of as much contrast as possible. But on the contrary, I'm also going to darken the blacks a little bit and darken a little bit of the shadows, but that's more to create more of a silhouette effect with some of the items in this photograph. And then last, I'm going to lower the contrast itself, like I said, because with a golden hour, a real golden hour, you lose a lot of contrast because the light is diffused. So we're going to lower that by itself. And we can tell already if we click the little eye up top, that's going to take everything off. All the filters are cleared back to the raw photograph. We've already made a huge difference, and this is looking much more like a real golden hour photograph. So from here, it all just kind of goes based off of what you're looking for, tweaking certain things that you want to tweak. Like, I think I'm going to lower the amount to around 75. And then, let's see what the look does if I boost that. I think that's bringing back a little too much green. Because as you can tell, we've had a boost of green come back. So let's see what happens if I take that up. That's going to again lower. So it's kind of hard to fight the differences between trying to get rid of as much of that green and try to bring out as much of that red as we can. So that if we take, like I said, really kind of just, you got to go back and forth depending on what it is that you're looking for in this. I'm actually going to bring up the length a little bit, and now I'm going to mess with where the location of that sun is placed. Just to try to see if that helps more give the effect that we're going for here. It's not bad. I'm going to just raise that up a little bit. Maybe bring it back over. I don't think that's too bad. That's pretty good for a non-golden hour photograph to a golden hour photograph. Basically, I took this and it was, I would say around anywhere from 9 to 10 in the morning. And the golden hour is a short period of time right after sunrise. And it can vary all depending on where your location is and what time of year it is. So it's not exactly an hour, but to go from a very flat photograph where you don't have a lot of color to something like this is a great way to fake that golden hour effect. So we're going to jump on over to me back over there to help wrap this video up. So I hope you guys learned something here about golden hour and how you kind of fake it if, one, you didn't get up early enough to go to the morning golden hour, or if you were too busy in the afternoon to go to the evening golden hour. And that's another thing I talked about in the blog post about golden hour that I posted yesterday, is that it's kind of a confusing name because they call it the golden hour, but one, the colors aren't really golden, they're more of a warm red, orange, and yellow. So of course there's going to be a little golden there, but there's a lot more than just that. And it's never actually an hour, and it's not singular. Because like I said, there's a morning and afternoon one. So there's technically two, but they're not an hour long. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of other stuff. So go ahead and check out that blog post like I talked about earlier. It's going to be down in the description. So if you're interested to hear a little bit more about this kind of stuff and why it's so great. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. If you did like it, let me know by smashing that like button. Again, it just helps me know that you're enjoying this content that I'm creating, that you're learning something, and I should keep making more. And another great way to tell me to keep making more is to make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. I've started to notice that my analytics are showing that a lot more of the people that are watching are subscribed, or closer to a 50-50. Before it was like 90% weren't, so 90% weren't. So now we're close to about 50% on either way. So go ahead and keep hitting that subscribe button. Let me know to keep making these for you. And also it'll let you know when I have my normal Friday how-to videos and Sunday videos that we do photo editing videos. So make sure you subscribe for those, because we're going to keep coming with all that. And Like I said, I hope you guys like this video. Hit like, subscribe. Go ahead and also, if you're down in the description checking out that blog post, go ahead and also check out my apparel and photo prints, or just merch. They're both sold on my merch page. You can find my apparel on the merch page and on my Teespring store. And that's just basically all the nature designs that we've done, the graphic designs on this channel. Those are available on my eco-conscious apparel that you can purchase like I said, on my merch page or Teespring. There's t-shirts, long sleeves, hoodies, tote bags. I also sell stickers. Those aren't eco-conscious, but they're still really nice stickers. So go ahead and check those out if you guys want any of those. Also, my photo prints are available. Those are on my merch page as well as Zazzle. Basically, you can just choose the size of the portrait, or not portrait, the the photo print that you want. Also tell you could, really stumbling. Okay, let's finish this up here. You could choose the size, the paper quality, and if you want it framed, have it shipped to you. You could hang it wherever you want, home, office, wherever you want a lot of inspiration, or bring in a little nature back in to the environment that you're doing whatever it is in. So like I said, go ahead and check those out. They're always linked down in the description. That was my dog yawning if you heard that. But yeah, so go ahead and check those out down in the description below. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you have a great day. Be safe and go be creative.